Hi, everyone. This is Willie Crawford, and I'm joined today by my friend David Perdew and his lovely daughter, Jen. And I want to tell you guys about the MyNAMS Insiders Club. I've known David for forever, probably about 15 years or more, and I've long been associated with NAMS, which used to be the niche affiliate marketing system, and now it's the novice to advanced marketing system. And David started out, doing seminars where you bring in some really, really high quality instructors and they would teach, not pitch, but teach. And since he shut down the seminars, right before he shut it down, actually, he started the MyNAMS Insiders Club. And I really like it myself. I join his weekly calls, for example, even though I've been in online marketing for 24 years now. So I think I know quite a bit, but I think still I can learn more by listening to what others are doing, because some things change, some things are timeless, and so I think once you master the basics, but what I notice is that a lot of people never really get started. They have ideas and they sit at home and they think and they think and they think and they make plans, but they never do anything. And so I find that working in a group environment, where you've got others showing you, and what I noticed is that David and Jen actually show you what they're physically doing to run their businesses. So they pull back the curtain to the Insider Club members and show you and tell you what's going on, so it's working, and that's rare, actually, that somebody will show you behind the curtain. So I wanted to thank David and Jen for taking time out of your schedule to show my people, my tribe, what the MyNAMS Insiders Club is all about.
Thanks, Willie. And first, I just wanted to say you were one of the original 6 instructors that we had in NAMS 1. We did NAMS, we did 14, I think, Jen, we did 14 workshops.
15, we did 15.
15 workshops. And Willie, you were at almost all of them. I mean, you started with us, you were one of the original 6. We ended up with 135 instructors.
Wow.
You were still there helping all the time, so we really appreciated that.
And I actually, you let me graduate to, like, I don't know what you call it, but I got to sit out in the hallway and
you were emeritus, man.
Yes.
You were the old guard emeritus there, who really people could hook up with and just sit and talk one-on-one, and that's what made us very, very different then too.
Yes,
that was excellent. I
really love the family feel that the MyNAMS Insider Club has now. So why don't you maybe share with my listeners, who the club is for?
Sure.
Helps them to do, what's driving you behind it,
Sure. I'll just say this quickly. In the beginning, I was not exactly sure who it was for, but who showed up for us were people that related to the things that we'd gone through, which was transition. People who were either retiring or were downsizing or were fed up with their job, and they were looking for another avenue to build additional income. And that could be people who were looking for ways to help their kids go to college, save for a wedding, those kind of things. And they were not really looking for the home run. These folks were looking for the $1 million business. They were looking for extra money. And what we focus on is helping people figure out how to make extra money. And the way it goes, Willie, when you make a little extra money, all of a sudden you want more extra money, right?
Yes, yes. And it does become rinse and repeat at that time too, though, once you...
It does.
That's actually working.
So what we ended up doing was really pulling back and not doing anything that is faddish. So no fads, no tricks, no loopholes, none of that stuff.
Right.
We stay focused on the fundamentals of business. And that's broken down into our 4 areas that we focus on the most. Jen, you want to talk about those 4 areas the most?
Yeah. About a year ago, I was really working on reorganizing everything and trying to give our members a really good experience when they were in our learning center. And as I started organizing all of our products, I realized that everything fell into what we now call the lead system. And that is, every business, no matter what niche they're in, has to focus on list building, whether it's a customer list or whether it's, prospect list. They've got to focus on that. They have to focus on email marketing and marketing. We love affiliate marketing as well. We think that there is a place for affiliate or partner referral marketing in really any niche that's out there. And then doing. actually implementing the things that you are learning, doing, and learning how to follow through, and not just one and done everything, but really follow through and understand how to improve upon and get better results from the efforts that you're currently doing to make money in your business. So everything really falls into that lead system. And that's what
I
we
want to
try
say something. Oh, sorry. I want to say something about the doing part here, because one of our mottos that people really relate to, and it's kind of counterintuitive that we would say this, but what we say is stop learning and start doing.
Yes.
And, you know, that's hard for somebody who's got like 50 different courses in their Insiders Club membership to tell people. But the way we've set this, and it's easy for us to explain though, because when somebody needs to learn something specific, like setting up an opt-in page, you need to learn how to do that thing and then do it.
Right.
And so that's what we focus on in the doing area, and why we have so much, and that's why our motto is stop learning and start doing. So.
And there's always that, what do I do first?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we get that. Go ahead, Jen.
I was going to say the one thing that we've done recently, because that was a big question. And because everybody, if they've already got a little bit of a business going, you know, they may have a website already, or they've at least got their idea and their avatar figured out. There's kind of that what's next, and everybody is in a different place depending on where they are in their business. You know, we have thousands of members, and so it's not like I can say, okay, Joe, today you're going to go do this. And so what we ended up doing a few months ago was we created a 21-day challenge that was a getting started challenge, so that if somebody has nothing at all, they can start on day one, build their website, buy their domain, get WordPress installed, do those kinds of things, or they can move a little further down, you know, towards day 14 or 13 and say, oh, okay, I need to really figure out my content creation plan or my traffic plan. And so the challenge really kind of helps people figure out where they are, and then our supporting workshops and courses and checklists and templates all support that in that challenge, so that they actually have the individual trainings and resources to be able to go implement that one thing that they need to get done.
One of the things that we've always wanted to do, Willie, was make sure that we had the ability to lead people to the next step, right?
Okay.
And if you remember the workshop, the way we broke out the workshops that we did was NAMS 100, 200, 300, and 400. And that was like kind of a university level.
Right.
And we always had people who would, I always joked about this at the workshop, we would find people crying in the hallway because they would go to a NAMS 400 because they thought they knew everything about that topic. And then when they found out when they got there, they had to be making a certain amount of money, or they weren't implementing the thing, right? And so then they would come out and say, I've got to go backwards because I really don't know what I'm doing here. I just thought I'd taken a lot of courses and not really implemented. So Jennifer's 21-day thing that we talked about really refers you all the way through to the different areas of the membership that you need to go to next.
Okay.
And you self-determine that because we really can't tell you unless we talk to you where you need to be. And that's an investigative process that we can't do with thousands of people, but we can do with that 21-day challenge. So it's
and as you've noticed too, and as you've noticed too, Willie, when you're on our weekly live mastermind sessions, which are like our favorite thing to do. It's really funny that this is the one thing that Dad and I both have on our calendars every week. We have a meeting every morning of each week of that morning. What are we going to talk about? Who's been asking questions in the Facebook group? Who are we going to invite on? And you may have noticed that the people that show up are the people that we know a lot about, because they're the people that are engaging and they're implementing and they're using the community. They're using the community tool as accountability, but also to get feedback on the projects that they're working on. And it gives us an opportunity to see what our members are doing. And, you know, people always are like, I want to be live. I want you guys to bring me on the call, but I'm scared to get live on the call, you know, but everybody always gets so much out of it. And that's how we're able to really do that investigative process and learn more about people's businesses. When they engage with us, we 100% engage back with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wanting to be on the call, but then being embarrassed, just to put yourself out there. I guess we outgrow that eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, I am what I am, and I'm not going to get anything out of them. It's like, go ahead and get out there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they also see other people who really jump in with both feet.
Yes.
And they get so much progress. They make so much progress by doing that. So that's really a great thing to watch.
And they get so much support. They get a ton of support from the other members as well.
Yeah.
Somebody who takes the opportunity to come on and put themselves out there, you may have seen it in the chat, Willie. Everybody's congratulations, great job, you're doing so well, let's connect. You know, and so they really are also building relationships with other people in the group, which ends up being very helpful for them.
Which leads to money, by the way, because a lot of our people work with other people in our group and hire out and do joint ventures together. So you know how that works as well. So
yeah,
and I wonder maybe.
I was going to say, for the listeners who aren't used to Zoom, that we do have a chat feature, and we can chat where everybody can see it, or we can chat privately. So a lot of members do send little private messages to someone else saying, I can help you with that, or try this, so that they don't disrupt your flow while you're teaching. They can, be helpful on the side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to say quickly before we jump into the membership site, people who don't know me, is I've been around a long time, and I've been doing this 15 years now. Mm-hmm. And so, I started NAMS a long time ago, and like you said, it was originally niche affiliate marketing system. But that got too constrained. And when we came up with the 100, 200, 300, 400 system, we decided to change the name to move it in that direction, which was the novice to advanced marketing system. Jennifer came on, Jen? How long ago now?
It's been almost 7 years.
Yeah. So Jennifer is my daughter, and I've always known Jennifer was kind of brilliant, but I didn't know how she would take to this business, right? So over the period of time, she has really taken to this business. And what we've got in place now, which I'm delighted about, is that we have kind of a legacy business in place. So, one of these days, I'm going to get booted out.
So she has become the chief operating officer already.
She is the chief operating officer. And so, one of these days I'll find myself on the short end of the stick, because she knows a lot more than I do already, about especially the technology side.
Well, and that's it. And I mean, so many of our members, the technology is what scares them. And I am a perfect example of someone who can actually come into this system and learn everything, because when I was hired on, it was completely back end. It was helping with the operations side, because that's what I had done. I was an operations manager for 20 years. My specialty was in logistics and training centers, training employees and customer service. And so I'm a great example of how I just started going through our trainings so I could know more about them. And as I was doing the trainings myself, so I could be more valuable in our support desk, I started learning more. And I would go to Dad and I would say, hey, I had this idea. I was watching this training. I think we should try this. And that's just how I started getting more into the forefront of the business. And, and since then have, gone through email marketing certifications and paid traffic acquisition certifications. I work hand in hand with a couple of software companies that we use. And it's just kind of been a very slow progress, 7 years of a progress, but and so I feel like I'm also kind of this prime example of, if you are willing to learn and do the trainings and implement them, you can get so much accomplished in your business.
Yep.
And so many people, though, salespeople are taught that we're almost forced to promise them, yes, you can do it. And so some people think, okay, so I'll be a millionaire overnight, but most can't be millionaires overnight. You have to step one, and you have to do the work. But it's laid out very clearly here. So you still have to be willing to get in there, apply yourself. And while all the others are off dreaming, a year from now, you look at yourself and go, whoa, I am making whatever, $1,000 a month, and everybody's still thinking about it. So that's what I like. It's all about the implementation.
Thank you. So Jen, why don't you open up the site and tell people what the Insiders Club is like? So
sure. Let me just jump
while you're
over
doing
into
that, I'll say that the Insiders Club was actually customer driven, because we were at the workshops and people would tell us at the workshops, we really want to be able to hang out with each other. We love this group and we really want to be able to connect and hang out between workshops. So our workshops, we would have 200 to 300 to 400 people coming to these workshops, and they were twice a year. So in between, we had to build a place that they asked for where they could come and continue the kind of work that they were doing. And that's why the NAMS people are so serious. I mean, we kind of have a reputation for being a cult group, but the truth is that it is just a very serious group of people who are trying to build businesses together, and that's what makes it interesting.
But when I log into the mastermind meetings and I see 100 people or so sitting there, scroll through page after page of people online,
Yeah.
Some showing their camera, some not, but
right. Right. So you guys can see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're looking at is just our main members area. And I won't go dig into all of that. We have a ton of resources available for our people, no matter what products they've purchased. We pride ourselves on making sure that folks have free tools and resources available to them as well, that we're always adding to. But our Insiders Club area is really kind of where our members, who are Insiders Club members, this is where they live, in the members area. And you can see that when we have, when you are a member, you automatically, it's the first thing you see at the top of the page, because this is where we want you living, because all of your stuff is there. So a couple just ways that we've got this set up is that first, every month we do a 30-day challenge, and it is on an evergreen core business topic. And so that's kind of how we organize our content as well, is we try to focus on what the challenge is. Not everybody decides they want to do this challenge this month. The challenges are available for people to do all year round, but we participate in the challenges with our members. So this is why it's really, we've been doing these challenges now for 6 or 7 years, I guess.
Yeah,
And
ever since we stopped doing the workshops, for sure.
Yeah, and so and we go through and do them because these are evergreen opportunities for you to grow and build your business. And the one thing that we have realized is, as we've grown and our business has matured, when things start to feel a little stagnant maybe, or they feel a little kind of like things are out of control, when we go back to the basics, we make money. And that's why we focus so much on the basics and making sure that folks really understand the whys about the things that we're teaching, not just the go do this, but why those things are so important. And so as you can see, we're in our traffic mastery challenge this month. And so everything that we'll do during our weekly calls we'll always do a section of training about the topic of the challenge. And then we always invite the members to come on so that we can talk about what, maybe do landing page reviews, or look at their traffic plan, or answer questions that they may have that don't pertain to the actual challenge itself. Okay. So we always have this at the very top of the page. And then here we actually give just a walkthrough orientation, so that we walk through the entire program and they can see what assets and resources that they get as a member. Video is about 20 minutes, and it's really pretty comprehensive about explaining everything. And then we have our 21-day Power Play Challenge, and this is our 21-day challenge for people who don't have anything yet, and don't even understand how to pick a domain, or how to understand what their avatar is going to even be. Who are they targeting? Who is going to be their raving fan, and how to do that research. So we've got this is really where we want people to focus if they're just getting started and not quite sure where to go next. Okay. And so we have, within the membership, we have about 50 courses, workshops, and different resources that are maybe templates, maybe just quick checklists to help complete a task. And that's our primary goal for everything we create, is how to get you from the start to the finish of that task and implementing it. So we try to make the trainings, the checklists, things like that, short enough that they're easy to manage, and that people can get them done and implemented so they can start testing. Course-wise, I think we have I want to say there's probably about 30 full topic specific courses in here. And, you know, for example, this one, the opt-in funnel creation, this is how to build a 2-step opt-in funnel, lead magnet to product. And, you know, it's 4 or 5 modules. We try to make it simple enough to be able to do that. Some of the courses are going to be a little longer, like our 12 Steps to Building a Better Business is a full foundational course that really takes you from start to finish of setting up your business. But most everything is very topic driven. So you can see our Blogging Like a Pro. This is about monetizing your blog. And so we try to keep the trainings pretty specific so that you can go do it, accomplish it, implement it, and move on to the very next task that you need to do. We cover topics like, you know, creating autoresponder systems, building traffic plans. We have so many, building a simple sales funnel, things like that. So, and I'll show you kind of the full course catalog page here when we get done.
Okay.
Then we have our business essentials section, and these are checklists. These are all going to be checklists on implementing a certain topic. So our first, converting traffic to profit, it's all about monetizing the traffic that you're getting right now with better conversions. So It's a full training checklist on what do you need to go look at on your sales page or on your blog post or in your emails. And these are designed so that you can just go through each section, do the work, check the box, and move on to the next thing. So
I have so many people who come to me saying, look at my numbers, my traffic numbers, and I'm not making any sense. No, they're not converting. They need to learn that.
That's right. Right.
Exactly.
So Jen, I want people to, you didn't mention this yet, and I want people to make sure that there's an important button on this page, or several buttons, and it's that little blue button that says See All, because these are the categories, and these are just the 4 that we put on the category page. But when you click See All, that's going to take you to a page with tons of resources in that category. So a lot of courses.
And I'm going to do that here. And I'm going to show that.
So I just wanted to know that.
Yep.
Okay.
So our mastery series here are our 12 challenges. And so you can see we cover really the fundamentals: product creation, list building essentials, content creation, email marketing, the things that all tie together. And that's the thing I think a lot of folks don't understand when they're building their business is that folks are like, okay, I created my product. That's awesome. You've got your product created, but now we have to market it. We've got to build a list. You know, we've got to get sales coming in. And so all of these things tie together. And so they really build on top of each other so that you have you have really a full marketing, not a degree because we're not a degree program, but one of our coaching clients
it's a full experience.
One of our coaching clients says she feels like this is like the MBA of building your business with the trainings that we put in here. So the next section that we have is software and tools. And so we want to make sure that our members also don't have to go buy more stuff. And so we have got a ton of things that we either purchase on their behalf or we create for them so that they don't have to do that. So for example, I'm just going to click on this one so you can see. Software, we actually design and manage 5 pieces of software ourselves, but we purchased Beaver Builder, Page Builder for our members. And so you actually get this as part of your membership. You don't have to pay the $497 a year for the landing page builder and all of these templates because we purchased that on your behalf. And as long as you're a member, you are able to use these systems so that you don't have to spend time looking, what's the best page builder? This is the one that we use. It's the one that we vetted. And, you know, we have people in the membership that use lots of different page builders, but we always want to make sure that folks have these kinds of tools available to them so that they don't have to spend more money, especially when they're getting started.
And if they buy it down, they can also turn to other members who are using the same tool.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
So we do offer quite a few pieces of software here for folks that they can get and that are included in their membership. And as long as they remain a member, they continue to be able to use these. So this was a really important feature. We also have somebody who produces monthly PLR content for us. And so this is not PLR content that we use. This is PLR content that we have designed in multiple niches every month that we deliver to our members. And so that way it is very, very high quality. Yep. And there is every month there is an e-course. There is, there's articles. There are email autoresponders that are set up, and
a report.
And so, you may find that, not every month has your niche in it, but we're pretty diverse on the niches. I think this month it's gardening. I think we have gardening as one of them. There's typically always a business type of content in there, because we have a lot of coaches and people who work with other business owners, a lot of B2B, where we want to make sure that they have content that they can use to be able to communicate with their clients and things like that. And then there's always 3 different niches each month that we cover in that.
Okay.
This next section is graphics and audios, and these are just, and I'll show you these really quick. These are audio files that you can use when you're creating your own videos. For example, if you need some intros or you need a little light background music, we have these in here and you can download them. I think there's a couple hundred that are in here now. These are just some really simple graphics that folks tend to have a hard time creating on their own. Price tags, buy buttons, just simple dollars, these kinds of things. And so some website abstracts so that you can use them for background images on your sites and things like that. So we're just trying to make sure that you've got some resources that are available, again, so that you don't have to go buy them. And we know that folks already have the expense of website hosting, domain purchasing, autoresponder systems. So we want to make sure that we're giving some really good tools that our members can use as well to not incur any additional costs. Okay. I'm going to skip over the profit planners because I'm going to do that last. And our library is really a tutorial of how to use common products that are on the market right now. So for example, if somebody's building in ClickFunnels, for example, and they need some help with ClickFunnels, we do have some basic training in here on how to do that. Most of the time now, a lot of these software companies do a really good job of updating their own trainings, but sometimes they don't. And so we want to make sure that we've got some additional resources here to help people walk through things like that. We've got trainings in here on how to set up your emails in your cPanel, things that may not be that easy to find on your hosting company's website. Now, our must-have tutorial section here are evergreen products that we have created, what we call lessons in 3 minutes or less, so that our trainings are so simple to use. They're quick, they're easy, you go do it. So lots of people love FreeMind. They use that to build mind maps for their business plans, for example, but are a little bit confused about how to use FreeMind, let's say. So these are kind of core business tools that you probably are going to find yourself using: Camtasia, Amazon S3, Google Apps. So we want to make sure that we do have some training there on these evergreen style tools that most people are using now to be able to build their business.
So they're not so that they match, because a lot of times they don't know how to do a lot of little things that they really should know how to do. Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly. We get so many questions. I'll tell you what, probably the 2 most popular that we have that are in this are using Amazon S3 and how to use Zapier. These are the 2 that people just get so hung up and stuck with. They're able to come into these, and because the lessons are 3 minutes, go do it, come back, they're able to get so much out of these trainings and really, really learn the software that they're building their business around. Good. So, yeah.
In fact, we go back to them sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
And let's see here. So our MyNAMS Profit Planners is actually another membership that we have, but we give our Insiders Club members this membership too, included in their Insiders Club membership. And our profit planners are topic-specific trainings that include textbook, a workbook, checklists, tools and resources, a calendar so that you can implement the training that you're learning, And so for our Insiders Club members, we actually give them all of the previous ones that we've created. We've been doing this membership for 3 years. And so there's tons of topics in here. And they're very, very specific topics. You can tell here that this one is about creating a course that actually makes you money. Fast track your list building. So we've got things in here about creating an autoresponder system. Processes. Processes are huge. And that, for me, processes build wealth. And so we want to make sure that our members know how to use processes. And that's really what these profit planners are. It's about creating tiny systems that you can learn, create implementation checklists for, and then hand them off to a VA or a partner in your business so that you are creating those systems from the get-go. And it keeps you as the business owner out of being tied so much to the day-to-day operational things because you're creating the processes.
Okay, so hold on just a second. I want to say something about this too. The profit planners work really well with our other courses and our other mastery series things because they help you. When you go through these things, they are very tactical. There's very little theory in these. It is mostly, this is why you're doing this, and here's what you do, kind of thing. Yeah. And it's a lot of step-by-step stuff. So if you're doing list building mastery, that course, Fast Track Your List Building, is going to be really helpful for you to use alongside or go back to afterwards or whatever to create the process that Jennifer's talking about so that you actually have repeatable processes that work for you every time. And that's what these are all about. We really believe the profit planners are so important to making sure that people get these things kicked off. And it's really the best deal on the market, I think.
I think so too. I look around and there's just so much in the membership. And, you know, like I said, I've been in this business for 24 years. I go there to look for stuff that ask the questions I have. Like there's some interviews in there that I tune into because some names like Matt Basak was throwing his guts on one of the interviews I was with. I'm like, I love it. I know what Matt secrets are now, you know.
Yeah, so I've just pulled up our workbook, for example, on this month's planner to just give a quick look. There is a corresponding textbook that goes with this. And so what we encourage folks to do are, open these two things side by side so that as you're going through the textbook. No, this is the workbook. And so part of this workbook is to go through, and this one is about focusing, this is all about time traps. Okay. And creating your plan for your week so that you don't get sucked into the not urgent or not important aspects of your business. And so, each one of these has a workbook that goes along with it that's fully editable so that they can actually work inside this workbook, save it, then start creating their checklists for their team if they need to. And so these are pretty, let me just pull the textbook up really quick so that you can see. These are pretty, like Dad said, they are very tactical, and it's very much go through this. So these are the lessons, and then you pull up the workbook right next to it so that you can actually work through them. And these really help people, like this particular one, this focus on your success is so good at really helping people find what we like to call the time traps in your day and not getting focused on the things that are important to your business, like marketing, selling, things like that. So so these are just, like I said, there's the tools, the calendar, the checklist. We have an idea generator every month as well that gives you 21 idea generator topics as well. So this works for whether it's list building or, again, this month is our focus on your success planner. So that really covers our software and tools. The next section is the weekly masterminds. We actually do replay. We post the replay both in our Facebook group and here in the members area. And we include any resources that we may have talked about live on the call. And we also download the chat for everybody because a lot of times especially when our folks like to come on and we're doing landing page reviews or email copy reviews, they want to be able to go back to the chat and see what other people commented on after the fact. And so people love being able to download the chats. And so we give everybody access to that. And
so Willie, as you know, these are every week, every
Yes.
Thursday at noon. And I don't think in the last 6 or 7 years, we've probably missed 3 total in that entire time, because these are so important to us and they're such an important part of the thing. And it's live. And we make sure that it's live and interactive with everybody who can sign on. So we try to get as many people on there as we can. And these are the interviews.
And it's a good time of the day too, for
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And this is our Teach Me series that I think we've got, I want to say there's 20 of these that are
17
full,
or 20.
Yeah, they're full strategy, technique.
It's really revealing stuff behind the curtain. So like you were saying, in Matt Basak here, I mean, I actually went to people and the topics, the request with these people was teach me something I don't know. And it was really pushing them to do that. So for example, Alan Cutts came on and was revealing some stuff that he does in the back end of his marketing. And Alan is a genius at marketing.
Yes,
and he was revealing some stuff that he does, and it was in a short interview. It's about a 30 to 40-minute interview, and he said, "Okay, I'm done. That's everything. You do this, you're going to be really successful." And he was right. I mean, it's just juicy stuff. So
Yep. And yeah, these were just kind of our really good friends that are across the whole marketing space that come in and talk about different strategies and tactics, whether we're talking offline business, Facebook marketing, lots of just really, really cool stuff. And so these are our different sections. And then everything is really built out. Let me get back up here. Everything is then built.
Make your screen bend, Jen.
Sure. So everything is just then really built out so that you can come in and just take a look at, all the course products that we have available to you. It's just everything is here.
So when you hit see all, when you hit see all, you go to everything. And so there's just a lot there.
Yep. So these are all of our 12 monthly challenges, for example. These are all the business essentials where we've got, short interviews or templates or checklists that they can download that really are going to help them to complete and succeed with the task at hand. We have a lot of folks who have never started with affiliate marketing but want to, and we have so much stuff about affiliate marketing in here. And so, these are just really, really, really good opportunities for them to do that. And so these are just
Willie, one thing I want to say here about this, Jen, is that all of these, we have sold a ton of these and do sell a ton of these as individual products. And you'll see the little banner on the bottom of each of these badges that says included in the Insiders Club, I think. Isn't that what it says, Jim? You went away from it. Yeah, right there. Yeah. And so the Insiders Club members get all of this stuff that we sell individually. That's the reason the Insiders Club. The thing that happens is when people get involved, they never leave because they see that we continue to update and bring stuff out. And if they're serious about their business, they don't really need a whole lot more beyond this. So,
right.
Yeah,
so this
I find a lot of people, they want to start a business, but a lot of entrepreneurs or people just looking to start something, they've never even run a business, so they have no idea, the systems and what you need to have in place. That's all in the Insiders Club. But if they're used to having a boss give you a schedule and say, this is what you need to get done today, to have something or somebody holding you accountable. You can work with a coach or an accountability partner, but you can also use the group to hold you accountable.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. And so everything that's the top half of this page are products that we sell individually, but are included in the membership. And then everything at the bottom is all exclusive to the Insiders Club members. You can't buy any of this anywhere else except for our Profit Planner membership itself, which is another membership. But everything else is exclusive to the group. And so, like this Teach Me series, for example, which I went ahead and pulled up so that folks could just kind of see, we've got Nicole Dean, Alex Mendozian, Ron Douglas, Terry Dean, Jim Edwards, Greg Caesar. I mean, these are big guys in the marketing world who know their stuff. You can't get this anywhere else. These are not for sale. They are only for our members.
And that's, by the way, I had to promise that we wouldn't do that, that we would not sell these, because this is specific to our members. So that's why they're opening up.
Oh yeah, I listened to, again, I go back to Matt because he said, and you're not going to hear this outside the Insiders Club. He said that as he's talking.
Yeah.
And I perked up by making notes,
Well, and that's one of the nice things too about the membership is that we have a lot of these folks are part of our membership too. And so, they may jump in to the Facebook group and, you do that as well, Willie. You see people posting questions in the Facebook group and you'll jump in and answer their question or give them suggestions or give feedback. And, we've gotten messages from folks before in our help desk that are like, oh my gosh, Matt Basak or Willie Crawford or Kathleen Gage responded to me today. They told me what to do. And so, we also are, Nicole Dean, Kelly McCausey, all of those guys are in the group and they participate as well.
And the other thing I like, inside the group itself, I noticed there's a Excel spreadsheet where it's a resource where we can enter what we do and how we might be able to work with other group members. I thought it was very powerful because
I'll pull that up real quick.
Share with other group members, and you can leverage that. You should leverage that. And my point, I guess, there is that you're no longer alone. You've got someone holding you accountable. You've got someone who's showing you things that are actually working. When I did a call last night and you talked about security, you shared something personal that's happened in your business that you dealt with recently, and which is very important.
Well, and we show people how to recover from things. Not everything we do is a home run. We have some real duds that we try to market, and we go through why it was a failure. So it's important to do that.
I like a couple times you've shown where you just started out with the idea that was a tiny, simple product, and all of a sudden we went into a full product line because the market wanted it, and you saw pieces and parts that were needed, and so boom, you've got a product line that you never intended to have as a product line at first.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's our goal, to be as transparent as possible. When we talk about for example, a product line that we didn't know exactly how it was going to work and that we were testing it, I'll get in there and I will show people the different levels of the funnel, for example, and what the revenue was on that. We try to be as honest as we can to show the importance of building your processes and, for example, not doing this in your funnel, you're going to lose money. Look what we could have lost here if we hadn't have built it this way. And so we want to make sure that we're also showing people reality. Because I think
you're creating realistic expectations.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Yeah. We may show a product launch that, did $2,000 and, it's a success. And we may show a product launch that did 50. But we want to be able to show folks that the processes are always the same, and depending on, what the topics may be and things like that. But we want to show people that you can go and, $500 on a product launch for you, and you've never done a product launch before, is something to celebrate. And we want to be there celebrating with our members as they do.
I was talking to one of our members yesterday who has started launching a few products on Warrior Plus, and he does a really good niche specific thing that not a lot of people are doing as well. Plus he's a software developer.
Right.
He in the last 6 months, he's got 100 new paying recurring monthly members with no affiliate promotion yet. And he is just beside himself that, this is really working for him. So that's what we want to hear. Nothing makes me happier than to hear people in the Insiders Club sharing their success. And we want to scream at the rooftop about those people as well, because we want to support them as much as possible.
And you mentioned avatar before. I've noticed that it's in my business that a lot of my avatars evolved to a lot of people that are retirees or people in their late 50s, early 60s.
That's right.
Something that's nice and dependable, but they want to be shown just something. They don't want to jump from thing to thing. They want
to
focus on it, build an income stream from that, and have it work. And that's pretty powerful.
Yeah. Something that we hear from a lot of our members is that they end up with us and they've ended up with us because, and it sounds negative, but it's not. They have ended up with us because they were at a point where they said, I'm going to try this last thing. And if I can't make this business succeed, then I am throwing in the towel. And those are the people that stay. And it's because, and you know this, we all know this, you see this bright, shiny out there on social media. You see everybody standing in, their Lamborghinis or on their, huge boat that costs more than the average person's house, things like that. And that's this reality that people think that starting their online business is going to give them. And it can, but it's not going to tomorrow. And it's not, the people that come to us and say, I don't have a business at all, and I need to make $10,000 by the end of next week. We are very honest with them and say, we're not the place for you. If you want to build a sustainable business that we can help you scale long-term, then we are the place for you. And so like I said, we try to be as honest and transparent as we can, not to make people feel deflated, but to make them create realistic expectations for themselves and to celebrate those individual milestones, because the most important thing is that, I believe, is that each one of those milestones is helping to build something that is real and sustainable and can withstand market changes and fluctuations and things like that.
So Lily, I know we're way over time on this. So,
Yes. So what I'm going to do is just, I'll give a link beneath the video telling our members how to sign up for the MyNAMS Insiders Club. And there's a trial, and then after some days, they can pay monthly fees. So you can look around, feel like a part of the family first, and you will want to stay. There's no doubt in my mind about that. So I'll leave that link below the video. I thank you guys for both taking time out to give me an easy way to tell my audience about a family that I'm happy to be a part of. I have been a part of from the very beginning with NAMS 1, so, and David and I have even been accountability partners. So
we have.
Yeah, so we're all in the same sheet of music. We care about our customers. We care about your success, and we want to show you what's working without the hype. So you come in, you can take off your shoes, you can look around and see all these friends all your Facebook friends are here, a lot of them, and you'll see that they're actually doing something though. And you can talk to them, say, what's your experience with MyNAMS Insiders Club? And they'll
Okay, thank you very much, Willie.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for having us.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.